Welcome to the CSL. This is Game 3 between UMBC and George Washington University. I am Aegis, and over here we have Shark spawning as the red Protoss player for George Washington University. His ally is going to be MC Acrylic for George Washington University as well. Interesting. His name is Acrylic. His opponents are going to be Plastic, the green Zerg player, and Nerzel, the bluish, greenish, I guess teal Terran player. And I'm going to open up this production tab, which is going to take half the screen if this game takes any longer than 10 minutes. And over here, Plastic, hopefully he's not playing any Plastic League Zerg for UMBC. And over here, Acrylic, same deal. Hopefully he's not playing any Acrylic League Zerg for George Washington University. Both teams do want to take this game, and it looks like MC Hunky has left the game. Possibly some lag. Looks like it is a 10 pool coming up for Acrylic. He's going to be mining the gas with just 2 drones. Going to be throwing down a couple of extra drones right now. And Plastic is actually going a little bit more econ. Going to be going for a 13 pool. Looks like 13 pool. There's the 13 pool coming up for Plastic, with a K, of course, and Shark not spending his Chrono Boost. Very classic of 2v2 players. Not to say that they're bad or anything. And Nerzel going to be throwing up the gas right now. Pretty normal for a Terran player, and usually we see really funky builds for 2v2s, and we'll see exactly what happens in this game. There's the gas coming up for Plastic, and Plastic is going to be in a pretty defensive mode as there are Zerglings coming out for Acrylic already. He's also getting the speed soon. There's the speed going down. It was a couple of minerals late, and there's a Cyber Core coming up for Plastic, for Shark as well. I'm getting their names all mixed up. There's the non-spending of the Chrono Boost as well. He's going to have way too much Chrono Boost in just a moment. Going to be going over 100, and that's essentially wasting Chrono Boost. And there's the speed, quarter of the way complete. Plastic going to be throwing up a Spine Crawler, and Nerzel needs to throw up his wall as quickly as possible to prevent those Zerglings from getting inside. Looks like there is a factory coming up for Nerzel, and the Zerglings from Acrylic are going to be making their way into Plastic's main. It looks like there are Zerglings in position to greet him. Another Spine Crawler is finishing up, as well as a Queen coming down for Plastic. It looks like the drones for Acrylic will get chased out of here. More, not drones, the Zerglings are going to get chased out of there. More Zerglings advancing across the field. Queen is popping out for Acrylic right now, a little bit ahead of his opponents to be able to throw down that extra vomit in the beginning to get that extra production up. Zerglings trying to poke forward here. Looks like the Marines are in position to help defend against this. Acrylic is going to be trying to advance here, but looks like Plastic does have his Zerglings in position as well. And a Baneling's Nest is on the way for Plastic, as well as the Zergling speed upgrade, going to be finishing up in just a few seconds. 40 more seconds to go on that upgrade. The first larva did just pop off. Looks like a couple more Zerglings will be coming out. Dark Shrine on the way for Shark. Chrono boosting going down on the Warp Gate research. It looks like he did get supply blocked. I love how everything is powered by a single pylon. Gosh. Looks like the Dark Shrine will be able to warp in a couple of units here shortly. It does have sight of the high ground because of that Overlord, and this is going to cause a huge amount of trouble for Plastic. He doesn't really have detection just yet, and that Dark Shrine is finishing in about 50 seconds. Looks like a Queen may be going down as well. Nerzel getting into position with those Hellions to help defend. And the Marauder popping out as well. The Stimpack upgrade is on the way. It looks like a warp-in of those Zealots going to be able to get up here. It looks like the Zerglings getting into position to defend against that. Looks like a couple of Zerglings were taken out, but this pylon is still in position. The UMBC team needs to get over here to see this immediately. This side is the one that gets harassed most often, as there's a huge wide angle. Looks like there's also a little bit of a warp in as well. Looks like DTs will be making their way in here. The Marines and the concussive shell Marauder. No concussive shell on that Marauder right now. Looks like a scan going down, trying to take those units out. Looks like not enough units out for Nerzel. Those DTs are going to be able to go to town and clean up a bunch of units. Looks like the pylon was defended, and it looks like a couple more units being warped in as well. The DT's wrecking Nerzel's base right now. A ton of SCVs going down. This guy has 11 kills, and the other one is going to get some more as well. 7 kills on that DT, and it looks like those DTs are going to be running into another Marauder. A scan may go down, but I think those DTs are actually going to be able to kill all of these things off. A mule going down as well. That DT with 14 kills, this other DT with 9 kills. That's essentially all of Nerzel's supply. Nerzel has only 16 supply remaining. A scan does go down, but there's still a DT over here trying to take everything out. Looks like the DT finally falls, but there's still that DT in position. The scan does finish, and that DT is going to be able to continue wiping everything out. The Zerglings running in here for Acrylic, going to be able to take out the Lair, and the Zealots continuing to warp in, doing tons of damage, and it looks like the UMBC team is unable to hold off this very early game rush, and it does go to George Washington University. That puts them at 2-1 above UMBC in this Week 5 match of the CSL Season 5. We're going to be moving to Game 4. We'll see you there.